Hello everyone, John here again, JandW Music. Today we're back with you because we had several people asking about Reverb and eBay and what we thought about comparing them as far as what they thought about buying products from either one. As far as Reverb, it is a dedicated site just to musical equipment, so you will be able to go right to it. You won't have to really rummage through, and you'll be able to find just your musical equipment needs. Unlike eBay, this is just this huge giant, and there's just literally thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands of listings. Just like here, you just type in a generic term of guitars, and you've got almost 400,000 guitars. And these things are sold throughout the world, so you do have a bigger pool to choose from. Now, Reverb, as far as buying from them, you're going to have people who have more knowledge, of what they're selling, and it may be besides just a enthusiast that has a little bit too much in his collection or is not using anymore, just wants to kind of thin the herd. And you also have other retailers, sometimes smaller retailers, that are selling on there, but they know what they're doing. As far as eBay, you got a lot larger pool. A lot of times you'll be able to find more rare items. Sometimes people will find things, in their closet or their grandparents' closet, after they pass away, and so they're selling them. Sometimes people have things kind of in their kind of garage sales that they're trying to get rid of, and they really don't know what they have. So sometimes on eBay, you can kind of find that diamond in the rough, compared to Reverb, which they really do. They know their products, and so they're going to more than likely, they know what they have. So as far as their price points, probably going to actually be a little bit more expensive also for what they're asking for, compared to people selling on eBay that may not know what they have. So you may actually get a better deal on eBay. One of the things with Reverb too is it is kind of a set price, kind of buy it now setup that they have. So one of the things you have, if you like the deal, you can also make offers, kind of a best offer thing. But with eBay, of course, and what they're known for the most is their auction site. So, a lot of times you'll get in there, and you'll, sometimes if nobody else is bidding or doesn't know the item, it's kind of buried, but you found it. Sometimes you can get, a heck of a deal. We've been able to get, sometimes, several $100 guitars. I've even gotten one instance, I got Kirk Hammett ESP LTD 602, his Cage 602, and they retail, for $9.99, and for about $240, I was able to snag one of those up. So just kind of things like that. You just kind of got to look for, if you're on auction base. The other one is a strictly buy it now Reverb, make an offer. Where eBay, you can also make bids. You kind of have to wait several days when you do the bidding, but you may be able to find that. So those are the two things to think about. You can also, they also have as far as the sellers, they do have a rating system for the sellers, so that way you can know that you're buying from somebody, and they have a similar rating system, just like this particular person here. 5 stars, it's had 43 ratings. So, you can able to buy from them and know that's something trusted. They do also accept PayPal, which a lot of folks, associate PayPal with eBay since they own it. But, you can pay with PayPal, and if something happens in the transit, you don't get it. Maybe there's something wrong with it. You do have that dispute system with them, and you can pay, gift cards, credit card, and other payment methods. They're a firm. But Reverb does also have some mediation set up in also, besides using PayPal. But if you do have a PayPal account, that is one way you can also pay through Reverb. And the same thing goes through, eBay. Everybody kind of knows eBay. You can go through just like with this seller, and you can look and see what they have. They have 100% feedback, and over 2,000, just for an example. So similarities there, like I say, one is kind of a dedicated site just to music. Reverb is eBay's got a little bit of everything, but in saying that, dedicated people on Reverb usually know what something should go for, so they're usually offering a higher price. But that's one thing you can do. They also have a pricing guide. You can go on Reverb, kind of see what something's going for. Just type in a keyword, and that way you'd be able to find it, see what it's going for, see if it's fair. Another thing you can do on eBay the same way, you can go in advanced under searches, and then to see if you're paying too much or not, you can actually go under completed and sold listings. And then so that way, when you're looking for something specific, you just go under, and hit search, and it'll actually tell you, it'll actually list, what it went for. So that way you can know what kind of the market is driving for the prices. They're both good. They both have their own place. And so we just say, kind of the same thing, buyer beware, no matter whether you buy from Reverb or whether or not you buy from eBay. eBay is an established giant, and Reverb has been, around for several years. So either one, enjoy, just do your research and try and get the best deal out there for you. And I hope this video helped. If you like it, give us a thumbs up, share. We'd also like you to be part of the JandW family. If you'd like to get more videos like these, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll go ahead, and that way you'll get notification when we have other things out there. But until next time, remember, stop dreaming, start playing. We'll see you then. Bye. Welcome back, everyone. John here with you again, JandW Music. We're going to go ahead and answer some questions that we had as far as people wanting to know about selling. Where's the best way to sell on the internet and the best places? Of course, Craigslist always comes out for something local, but what if you want to sell, something, somebody long distance, whether or not it's, around the world or a state or two away. So the two big guys that are out there, of course, is Reverb, that's dedicated to music, and then you also have eBay. Both of them are big giants. eBay's been out for years, and Reverb has kind of come up as far as a dedicated site and really been dominant. So we're going to kind of look at those two and kind of look at some pros and cons. The easiest thing to do for Reverb is just kind of scroll down, and you'll come down to the area here where they want you to see about selling your gear. And so you go to About, come down to Sell Your Gear. And then one of the things that they're pushing here as far as Reverb compared to eBay and Craigslist is, of course, they're saying you get unlimited free listings, in which we'll look at eBay and we'll see what their kind of listings, because they do give you some free listings. But of course, them in Craigslist. Secured transactions, everything is verified, the buyers and the sellers. And then you do have the buyer and seller protection, especially with PayPal. And both Reverb and eBay both use PayPal. So along with Reverb giving you a couple other options too, as far as to accept payments. And then they talk about their extensive pricing guide. So they do have a guide that is, you can kind of use keywords and pull up. And that way you can kind of see where to set the price for your items. But for eBay to do the same thing, all you have to do is go to advanced search, and then you can go to their area and go to sold and completed items down here and put in your keyword for whatever you're listing. And eBay, you can also go and see what things have been selling for on eBay, so you can set your price. Now, one thing, of course, they say they do have real-time chat and phone support. We've been on eBay for years, I think since 2002 or so. And yeah, and we were even power sellers at once. And then when you are a power seller, you do get some. You actually get a kind of a manager assigned to you, and you would be able to talk to somebody. But if you're a smaller seller, you don't do a lot, then you're not going to be able to get any kind of phone support through eBay, at least that we could find it when you're smaller. When you're a power seller, they will assign somebody to you. And of course, they say they have educational and inspirational content. Of course, eBay doesn't have any of that. They're just, straight there to make money. Same thing with being a dedicated community of musicians. That is true. So in saying that, you're going to probably get more help and people more knowledgeable, about the particular equipment that you have. So you need to make sure you know what you're selling on Reverb also, because you may be called out on, especially if you mistitle an item or something like that. So make sure you get your research down compared to eBay, to where there's not as much knowledgeable folks that are buying stuff on there. As far as going to the start selling, and the reason I just want to show you this is so you'll know kind of their little price charts, but their fee is 3.5% of what it sells for. And then of course there's a 50 cents minimum fee, as far as on that 3%, and it goes up to $350. So the minimum fee you're going to pay is 50 cents, depending on what it is, up to $350. So there again, if something sells for more than $10,000, obviously they're only going to take 300 and well, I guess something sells for more than 1,000, so there you go for that 3.5%. So it just depends. If if you're going to sell something, that's going to be way up there, they're not going to take, a lot of it. You got to sell something for $10,000 for them to take $350. So that is something for you to, think about. If you've got one of those rare Jimi Hendrix, Fender Stratocasters, that's worth $1 million, they're only going to take $350 from you. So, just think about that. Now, eBay, going back to them, all you simply have to do is just click on sell, and they'll be able to tell you. And then that way, if you want to go ahead and get started, what you do is come over here to fees and be able to see what they're doing. Now, same thing with eBay. They have, you can get 50 free listings per month. After that, then you do start paying a listing fee. Now, where you'll get the biggest jump is they have a 10% instead of 3.5% for their final value fee. So you need to take that into consideration, that they're 3 times more expensive. Now there again, when you sell on eBay, you've got millions upon millions of people looking at this site compared to Reverb, where it's a dedicated place. Plus on Reverb, when you list, they have their kind of sell it now price, and then they have kind of a make an offer where you can contact you and then somebody can kind of haggle the price with you. Where eBay, they still have the auction style besides the buy it nows and kind of the make it offers. So that way, if you want to do auction style, this is your way to go. Just remember that they're going to take 10% instead of 3.5%. And also one thing to think about as far as for Reverb, from our understanding, Reverb does not take a percentage of the shipping costs, only for what it sells for. To where eBay, a lot of times you'll have to look at the fine print. They're even taking a percentage of what your shipping cost is, because there was a thing going on a few years ago where people were charging more than what actual shipping would be, kind of gouging to make up the price of something sold low, that they would make up the price in the shipping and handling. So look into that. You may be paying more fees than just the 10% on the final value if they're still taking out for shipping. So look into that. But they both have their pros and cons. Like I say, here with Reverb, you're paying a lower price when it sells. But as far as your market, it's a small niche market. Just musicians, really, people that know it's there, dedicated people are going to be there. With eBay, a lot more people have eBay accounts, so they're more willing to do it, especially for holidays, people not knowing what they're looking for, whether it be mothers, fathers, grandfathers, grandmothers looking for their kids or grandkids, their little boys and girls for musical equipment. They probably have an eBay account where they do not have a Reverb account where they'd have to set something up. So especially during the holidays, you may be better off to sell on eBay than Reverb. So you want to reach a broader market with people who are not as familiar with the musical equipment, eBay may be the way to go. If you want a market to where people know what they're getting, and they're willing to pay, the price that they, a good price that it's really worth, then Reverb is probably your market. But we hope this helped. If you have any questions, comments, please leave those below. If you like the video, please share, give a thumbs up, like it. If you'd like to be part of the JandW music family, we'd like it if you subscribe. We'd love for you to give us a shout out. So until then, our motto here: stop dreaming, start playing. We'll see you next time.